Hello from Cookbook Divas. My name is Carrie and it is tea time and I'm very thirsty for some caffeine. We are on Amazon Live waiting for our Amazon friends to join us for a little tea chat. So jump over there if you'd like. We'd love to hear from you on the YouTube and Facebook comments as well. What is in your teacup? We are live on Amazon. Hello, this is Carrie and I have a Christmas mug and in it is some decaf. Earlier this morning, I had Harney & Sons Black Currant Tea, my current favorite. Get it? Current. See what I did there? Yes, I'm hyper. I've had too much. So, what's actually in my cup now is Harney & Sons Decaffeinated Earl Grey. Yes, take it down a level. Today we're going to be chatting and shopping, drinking tea, drinking coffee if that's what you prefer. We're going to be looking at some tea time cookbooks because this is an Amazon Live shopping stream. So I included those of you on YouTube and Facebook because we have a community there. We'd love to hear from you. Meanwhile, this is Harney & Sons. It's my current favorite brand. They do sell a lot of cute tins like this and I love how fresh they keep the tea. But I can't resist this giant box and they come in foil. And check them out on Amazon. They have many other varieties, including I like Earl Grey the best, and I'm currently in a blackcurrant mood, but sometimes in the morning, I was supposed to be drinking out of this book coffee mug. I can't find it. Shoot. I had it in my stream. So, this is the citron green tea that is not in my stream. Let me go back. Hello, update. Oh well. Hello, thank you for the follow. Rupali, did I say your name right? Glad to have you with us. I cannot seem to add this to my stream, so never mind, but it's the Harney & Sons Citron Green. I also, let's see if I can go back in. Return to live stream. Did you add my carousel items back in here? No, Amazon did not. I was trying to add my beautiful Vera Wang teacup. My dogs love barking during live streams. Today, when my dogs start barking, I thought it would be fun to play Instant Fun Guaranteed. This is in my carousel, I hope. Nope, it didn't get added either. That's very annoying. I put this in my carousel, Mystery Tonic 1 Minute Mysteries. I would love it if Amazon would let us add items in the middle of a stream, maybe. 1 Minute Mysteries. Let's see if they'll let me do it. And I'd love to hear where you're watching from. TCM! Thank you, phone, for those notifications, which are usually annoying, but sometimes, like this time, are useful. TCM, you crack me up. Okay, 1 Minute Mysteries. Pardon me while I try to get my act together here. It's hard to go back and add things to my live stream while I'm live streaming. So, okay, I'm just going to have to wing it and hope you can see it in the carousel. Anyway, 1 Minute Mysteries. I have not played with this deck before. Oh, cute! They're shaped. I got a lot of games and things like this back when we were in lockdown and I was doing virtual parties for my friends. Cups are an underrated thing to obsess over. TCM over on YouTube is a fan of the company Not Neutral's Lino cups. So I buy myself something expensive and pink for every birthday, which is in April. And so I got myself a set of these Vera Wang Duchess teacups. They are on Amazon, but I can't put them in the carousel. They were not cheap, and of course I got the matching teapot and a little platter. And many people spend lots of money on tea things like that and then never use them. But I do. But you'll notice this one's empty because I'm waving it around a camera and figured I would, rightfully so, probably spill it on myself. So, okay. This is the 1 Minute Mysteries, and these little cards are cute, and I bought them during coronavirus lockdown. Okay, here's a mystery tonic. I'm going to read it to you before we move on to looking through some tea cookbooks. Oh my gosh, the print is tiny. I'm going to have to grab some glasses. But look how it's shaped like a little apothecary bottle. It says, and I'm going to hold the back so you can't cheat by reading the answer. The case. Are you ready to solve this? David is a native New Yorker. In front of thousands of witnesses, he dies a gruesome death on a busy street. This is a horrible card. I'm sorry I pulled it. At the time of his death, David is doing the same thing hundreds of other people are doing. Onlookers cheer and wave during David's demise. The mystery is, what kills David, and in what country does he die? And if you need clues, I will give them to you. David does not die in the U.S. There is no traffic on the street. David runs for his life but dies anyway. Do you need more hints? Just waiting to hear. We'll speed this up because this is a gruesome card and I want to move on. Hint, David dies in Europe. And the final hint, since no one's guessing, a herd of animals kills David. So just to give you an idea of what this deck of Mystery Tonic 1-Minute Mysteries is, the answer, solution, David is trampled during the running of the bulls in Pamplona, Spain. Okay, we'll do a little one of these later after we have some tea and chat a little bit. And hopefully I'll find one that isn't so violent and gruesome. 1-Minute Mysteries. Okay, I was hoping you could see this in my carousel, but it's not here. Hello, Choosing Happy! Oh, thank you for the follow. I'm so glad to see you and have you join us. Are you drinking tea today? Because I am desperate for some more hot beverage because I've been live streaming and making videos all afternoon. And there's a little bit of pollen in the air that's kind of making my throat like I'm not sick, I just feel like TCM over on YouTube says, New Yorker eating a slice of pizza, standing up while wearing a white t-shirt and white sneakers, and somehow gets not a hint of a stain on either of them. That would be a feat, wouldn't it? That would be a great accomplishment. So tomorrow morning I will be drinking this Harney & Sons tea, citron green. Not my favorite, but I like to alternate between black and green tea because black tea has some antioxidant properties and like mental, like it can stave off Alzheimer's supposedly, and then green tea has other antioxidants. So this is the decaf that I'm drinking right now. Alright, we are going to look through some tea cookbooks that I got at the library today, but does anyone want me, let me know in the comments, to skip ahead to the tea related chapters of my new cookbook that I got yesterday, Jane Austen's Table. Do we have any Jane Austen fans here watching? I'm not sure. I was so excited to get this cookbook, and I wanted to point out that the author, Robert Tousley Anderson, and TCM already knows this from watching with us yesterday, he also did a Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit cookbook also, which I do not own, and I need to grab that from the library or just give up and buy it. But my bookshelves are pretty bad. Do you want to see a preview of what my messy office looks like? If you ask nicely, I will turn the camera, prepare you for being horrified, and then show you what my bookshelf looks like. One of my many bookshelves, but the one in my office that is just completely crazy. And luckily, even though it looks like a total disorganized disaster, I actually can find things when I look for them. For example, last night I pulled several of my Cinderella fairy tale books because I'm going to live stream about those on Amazon Live later tonight at bedtime. But I'm not reading stories to children because on Amazon Live you cannot target any content to children. They don't want people trying to, hey kid, isn't this a cute book? No, adults only. So, I collect fairy tales. So, I haven't heard from anybody if they would like to see inside Jane Austen's Table yet, so I will move on to Tea Time in Ireland, which would be perfect to read now because tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, and tomorrow, if I am live streaming, you will see me wearing green. I definitely will be doing that. I'm very glad to have Choosing Happy stop by over on Amazon Live. This is Margaret M. Johnson's Tea Time in Ireland. I don't know anything about her, but there she is. And I need to find this in my stream. Here it is, Tea Time in Ireland. Let's see what it says. It pays tribute to the delightful ritual of taking tea, both formal and informal, and invites you on a tasting tour of Ireland, where tea drinking serves as a symbol of hospitality, friendship, and pleasure. Now, before I go on looking at this more, can you all hear me okay? Because I recently moved my microphone, and it's acting like a jerk. And I feel like, oh, Choosing Happy loves tea. I feel like the last couple videos I did today were kind of muffled, even though my microphone is literally right here. So let me know if you can't hear me and I'll try to adjust something without creating disaster. Anyway, let's dive in to Tea Time in Ireland. It came out in 2021. I'm surprised it's a paperback, and I see color coding so you can jump to the chapters. I love it when cookbooks do that. Thank you. Off to a beautiful start. Does anybody here collect antique teacups? I do, and I'm scared to go to Goodwill ever because I would end up bringing home a ton. And Choosing Happy says she can hear us. Yay! Okay. So today is the first of our scheduled Wednesday tea parties that we hope to throw online for weeks to come. But if something came up in real life on a Wednesday like, Carrie, do you want to go out for margaritas? I would probably ditch you guys and go have margaritas. But love you. I'm glad you're here. TCM can't say that they're a massive fan of Cinderella, but if you're a completionist, there's a wonderful set of illustrations by Kay Nielsen in 1913, one of which is Cinderella at the Ball. I do own a Kay Nielsen book with Cinderella illustrations, which I happen to know about as a person who likes Golden Age of illustration books. Yes, TCM, I love your taste in cookbooks and in regular books. Thank you so much for coming today. I'm glad to see you back again. Okay, praise for Tea Time in Ireland. You don't really need to have nice reviews of your cookbook in the front of your book. That's a little narcissistic. Okay. Chapter 1, A Little History of Tea. Chapter 2, Sandwiches and Savories. Yum. Chapter 3, Scones, Tea Breads, and Tray Bakes. Chapter 4, Tea Time Sweets. Now today I'm smart because I had a meal and I had a snack of cheese and I have water and tea by the computer, because I will not be able to get up from the seat for an hour. Choosing Happy over on Amazon Live says that her mother loves to collect teacups. Well, guess what? You'll probably end up with them someday, so I hope that you enjoy them too. Okay, history of tea we're going to skip because we all know the history of tea. Here's a black and white photo. Moving on, let's get to the good stuff. Sandwiches and savories. Okay, I am not kidding you. This morning, I woke up and I was craving egg salad sandwiches. And I didn't just want to go to Whole Foods or the market near my house where they have pre-made ones, because they're good, but they're not as good as if I make it myself. And they're kind of soggy because they've been wrapped up in plastic overnight. But then I thought of all the work it takes to make egg salad sandwiches. And I was like, no. So this is going to be a painful cookbook to look through. This is smoked salmon tartine on Guinness treacle bread. Who can tell us what treacle is? I don't like the taste of it personally, but okay. TCM says, the intro to my book would just be people saying, it's okay. I guess you could do worse. You could do better, sure, but you could do worse. We have a comedian with us today. So none of us really needs a cucumber sandwich recipe, right? We can figure it out. But this is a little different. It's herbed goat cheese. I would just put cucumbers and butter, but I'm lazy. Oh, and they're asking you to add some lemon pepper too. Ooh. Now wait, why do they have a 1/3 cup of milk? Oh, to help you spread the goat cheese so it's softer? Watercress leaves, parsley. Roast beef tea sandwiches with red onion marmalade. Now, I have not been to a fancy afternoon high tea in a few years. Part of that is the pandemic prevented it. Part of that is I'm scared to go to really fancy high teas because I'm a vegetarian, and I'd have to bring a meat eater with me because you can't really just call ahead and be like, I'm vegetarian, just give me cucumber. I wouldn't want to waste fancy sandwiches like that. So I'll just have to throw my own tea parties. Ham and cheddar tea sandwiches with tomato chutney? Interesting. Yeah, Choosing Happy says goat cheese. Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought to do that. My boyfriend cannot handle goat cheese, and it's not the thought of eating stuff that came out of a goat. It's just I think the texture is too thick for him. Chicken, bacon, and tomato tea sandwiches. Now, do you like savory tea parties, or are you just there for the dessert, like the cake and cookies? I like both. Goat cheese and tomato tartlets. I am a huge sucker for tartlets, and if I ever do a cooking video on Amazon Live, which I'm thinking about, but not that much, people are bugging me to do it, I would probably take 7 different cookbooks, get a tart recipe, get out my tart pans, and make 7 different tarts and then taste them on camera. But that would take a lot of time and energy, and I'm crazy busy. We'll see. That would be fun. Let's move on to the next chapter. Oh, here's tea at the Shelbourne. Ooh la la. And here's, oh, blueberry scones. Tea time essentials. Okay, we don't, that. Apricot walnut tea loaf. Banana bread makes 2 loaves. And TCM, I love that you sent a notification on your phone to let you know when we went live. That is awesome. Tea time fruitcake. We are here to entertain you, aren't we? Beautiful, says Choosing Happy. How about an orange tea loaf? I love in winter, like right now it's March. It's sunny today, but yesterday we went to the dog park. We're in Seattle, and the minute we get to the dog park, it starts raining crazy for our area, huge raindrops. So we're like, I can't handle this. We don't have umbrellas. Seattle people do not use umbrellas. So we drive all the way back home, and luckily I had made a Trader Joe's lemon loaf, similar to this one, but from a box mix. And we sat there having coffee and tea and eating that. And in the meanwhile, all the way home, it stops raining and gets really nice. And our dogs are like, are you kidding? You took us to the dog park? We were there for 30 seconds and we left? You guys are jerks. So then we had to walk them in the neighborhood. And right now it's sunny. And I love having citrus loaves in late winter before it's spring. Guinness applesauce slices. Who loves Guinness? I do. Raspberry rhubarb tray bake. This is how you know it's a UK or British cookbook when they talk about tray bakes. We would just call them bars, right? Choosing Happy over on Amazon Live says it's beautiful in Wisconsin today, 60 and sunny. Oh, you're so lucky. I bet you've had crazy snow this year, I'm guessing. This is called 15s, and I'm going to read just a little sentence. I don't want to disrespect the author, but I want to tell you guys about this. 15s are a type of tray bake or wee bun popular in Northern Ireland. The name comes from a recipe that calls for 15 of each of the main ingredients, digestive biscuits, marshmallows, and candied cherries, that are bound together with condensed milk and then rolled in shredded coconut? Huh. Okay. We are now in another chapter, Tea Time Sweets. We're going to move on to several more tea time cookbooks throughout the course of the day. I might whip out another mystery. I just wish I could find it in my stupid carousel. I think I have to back out of the app. Are there any Amazon creators watching? I think I have to back all the way out of the app and jump back in, but I'm afraid that would kill the live stream. I'm terrified. I'll experiment with that some other day when I don't have this many people watching. Victoria Sponge, courgette and lime cakelets. Carrot cake, but I don't usually see it served in layers like that. And one of these days I'm going to learn how to point at the correct page because I'm watching myself on screen and it's the backwards of what I think. A Battenberg cake. I would love to learn to make one of these. I'm scared it would all fall apart. And those of you just joining us on YouTube, we're looking at tea time in Ireland, getting ready for St. Patrick's Day tea parties. But I actually haven't seen anything green in here. How about lemon curd layer cake? I love this giant font, by the way. And meringues. That was Tea Time in Ireland. Next up, we're going to move slightly over to Tea Time in England. If I can find it in my... There it is. English Tea Time Treats. Now, let me know, those of you that just joined us, if you'd like me to go through the end of the brand new Jane Austen's table to the tea time area. Choosing Happy says, yes, the weather doesn't make sense here. Yeah. It should be spring now. It really should be spring. So this is English Tea Time Treats. I have it down in the carousel for those of you watching us on Amazon Live. Delicious Traditional Recipes Made Simple by Sandra Hawkins. Sandra guarantees that you don't need electric mixers or food gadgets. There's no rubbing in and no rolling out. No pile of cleaning up, and you don't need any special training or experience to make any of these recipes. That is a nice promise, actually. All right, Sandra Hawkins. This is a little bit older cookbook. It came out in 2013, but 2013 does not seem that long ago to me. Oh, and this edition is 2016. Okay, tea, scones, cakes, biscuits, exotic English tea time treats, old English pikelets, and then a section on savories, including finger sandwiches and mini Yorkshire puddings, and then at the end, putting it all together, an English afternoon tea celebration. putting it all together. Get it? No, I did that myself. Okay. Introduction. Oh, there's no pictures yet. Okay. Whew. Finally a picture. The idea of tea. Where did the idea of drinking tea come from? We must look back in antiquity to ancient China. Legend has it that in 2737 BC, the emperor of China, called Shen Nung, discovered tea by accident. He was resting under a wild tea bush, as we all do, right? He was boiling some water, coincidentally, and some leaves from the bush fluttered down. They fell into his water. He drank it, liked the taste, and the rest is history. Well, I don't know how true that is. So notice that I'm trying to show you a picture and I have to go a long distance to finally find one. Scones chapter. Okay. Introduction to scones. Ah, finally a picture. Rich scones. Fun fact. The first recorded use of the word scone, or British people would say scone, was in the early 1500s. How should it be pronounced? It either rhymes with gone or tone. Both are acceptable, but my family always pronounces it rhyming with gone. Scone. Okay. Well, they would know. They live over there. Orange scented scones, fruited scones, cheese scones, dropped scones. Well, I have 2 retriever dogs, and if I dropped anything in my kitchen, they would eat it right up. That's why I can't have any grapes in the house. Cakes. Round cakes. The famous Victoria sandwich cake. I'm pretty sure we've seen this made on the Great British Baking Show 100 times. Am I right? Frosting variations. Fruit cake. No thank you. Too fruity for me. Old-fashioned lemon gingerbread. That is a great combo. I love that idea. For those of you that just joined us, we're looking through English tea time treats today. Okay. Rich chocolate cake. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Medieval honey cake with Earl Grey tea frosting. For those of you just joining us, what's in my teacup is Earl Grey decaf tea. I could use some of those tea bags to make this medieval honey cake. I'm pretty sure they didn't have Earl Grey tea in the Middle Ages though. Didn't that come later? TCM says, fruitcake is the distillation of the word stodge. Also not a fan. Yes. Here's the Loaf and Rock chapter. Tea bread. Well, I would hope if I took time to bake. Wendy says, hi, Brandy. Is Brandy what Choosing Happy's name is? Because I'm Carrie. Nice to see you, Wendy. Thank you for joining us. We are going to check out a date and walnut loaf. Goes great with coffee, especially, I would imagine. Apple and seed cake. Shall we find out what kind of seeds it is? Caraway. Caraway seeds. Okay. Let's jump to the next chapter. Biscuits. What we Americans would call cookies. Snappy. Ginger snaps. Now, I'm allergic to ginger, so I would never bake these. But my boyfriend would love them. I'll just buy them for him. Toffee Crunch Biscuits. I love toffee, and I think it's going to have a resurgence. Okay, here's treacle Odies. Has anybody here tasted treacle? I am not a fan. It's just too sweet and too treacly. It involves molasses, and I do like molasses. Shortbread is one of my favorites, possibly because I'm Scottish genetically, and so maybe it trickled down through the ages, just a craving for shortbreads. Sesame covered shortbread would not be my first pick, because then you'd have to floss. I don't know. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through English tea time treats. Alright, caraway shortbread. That would be flavorful. Okay, I'm going to skip to another chapter. Coconut macaroons. 70 and sunny in Texas. Oh, you're so lucky. How nice. Lavender marshmallow squares. I just got back from California, and down there it was only like 64. So the locals still had coats on and thought it was cold, but since I'm from Seattle, I'm walking around California in a sundress like, this is awesome! Chili chocolate crispies. Easy choux pastry. There's nothing easy about choux, but okay. And here's a picture of some afternoon tea treats, and then she goes on to teach us how to put it together. Overall, I'm not super impressed with this book from 2013. The photography could be a little better, but the recipes sound really interesting, and I like some of the innovations they made, like putting goat cheese in a cucumber sandwich instead of just butter. All right, let's move on to the next. Oh my gosh, the cover of this one is amazing. Afternoon Tea, Cutter and Squidge Bakery. TCM over on YouTube says, strap-on spelled backwards is no pants. Oh, or no parts. Yes. I don't normally like to pick up cookbooks from a bakery I've never heard of or been to or eaten from, but when I saw the cover of this book at the library, I was like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. So, this is Delicious Recipes for Dream Cakes, Biscuits, Savories, and More by Annabelle Louis and Emily Louis. Photography by Claire Winfield. Cutter and Squidge bakeries are a popular destination for quirky sweet treats and immersive afternoon tea experiences in London. Has anyone here been to Cutter and Squidge? TCM is not taking credit for that joke. Yeah, you shouldn't. It wasn't that great. Alright, I have not been to one of these bakeries. In this book, the sisters behind the business, Annabelle and Emily Louis, share over 60 of their tempting recipes, all created with natural colorings and flavorings, and made achievable for the home cook. Thank you, because I'm not a pastry chef. From inventive fantasy-themed bakes to reimagined classics, now you can create your own Cutter and Squidge afternoon tea of dreams. Yes! Is anyone besides me actually drinking tea at tea time, or are you guys having happy hour? Because it's 3 here. It's not 3 yet, it's 2:30. Anyway. December 2019 is when this colorful book came out. Oh, let's pause for a moment. Now, I rewatched a couple of my videos last night, and it's harder than I thought to see the pictures, so I'm going to go slower and show them more slowly. I'm just trying to be really careful to respect the author and the publisher and not just show every page of a cookbook that people should be buying or checking out from the library. So, this publisher is Ryland Peters & Small, one of our favorite publishers. The chapters are Signature Afternoon Tea, Fantasy Afternoon Tea, I'm looking forward to that one, Classic British Afternoon Tea, The Orient Afternoon Tea, Americana Afternoon Tea, that'll be interesting, Afternoon Tea Menus. Oh, here's the sisters that own Cutter and Squidge Bakery. For those of you that are just joining us, that's what we're looking through. Whoa, here's their natural pigments that they're dyeing the food with. Blue spirulina, beetroot, cinnamon, blueberry, charcoal, green spirulina, matcha, carrot, turmeric, strawberry, and raspberry, but dried and powdered. Okay, interesting. Basic recipes, sponges, this is going to get boring. Crumbs, rough puff, vegan rough puff, buttercreams and custards with natural dye, that's nice. Syrups and soaks, jams and curds. Signature Afternoon Tea. This is a gorgeous cookbook and I'm only like 20 pages in. I'm loving it. Smoked cheese and black pepper scones. That's nice. I like the idea of savory scones. I don't know what you guys think. Cheese clouds. Now I have a problem. One of these days you're going to see a Cookbook Divas live stream where I talk about all of the cake stands that I bought on Amazon, which is over 10. I'm addicted to cake stands. But you don't just have to put a cake on them. You can pile desserts or... Anyway. Mini sweet corn pancakes. I would never have expected to see that on a tea menu, but I love the idea and I love corn and things made with corn. Although yesterday I was bitching about something in a cookbook that was made out of corn soup and it just looked horrible. Strawberries and cream biscuits. It's funny how Australian people and British people make up cute little nicknames for things. Shortbread whirls with candied chili pineapple. Whoa. Oh, beautiful photography. And another cake stand trying to torture me. And I really like rose gold silverware. I don't own any. I think I own one piece. Chocolate cake. I don't like the cakes with the drips. That's really hard. I drip my cakes on accident and they look horrible. I'm not going to try to purposefully, artistically drip my cake. I just can't. Salted caramel cake truffles. Okay, guys, this is going to be the best chapter in the book. This is fantasy afternoon tea. Rose courgette tartlets. That looks like a ton of work. Slicing the zucchini or courgette on a mandolin I can handle, but twisting it into little, wow. I guess I could try, and then if it didn't look good, it would still taste good. Feta and red pepper pinwheel scones. I am loving this cookbook, and now I'm dying to go to this bakery in person. Chocolate custard lollybag cakes. What? What's a lollybag? Huh. They write that these were part of the sweet selection in our Genie's Cave afternoon tea, where they were adorned with flecks of real 24-karat gold leaf on the top. Cutting out the layers of sponge and assembling takes a little patience, but they look so cute, and the ratio of cake to filling is perfect. Okay. This is apple pie mousse with shortbread bows. That's adorable. Ombre rainbow layer cake. Those have been super in for like what, the last 7 years. Everyone's doing rainbow cakes and layer cakes. I'm not going to attempt this. I'm just not that good. But I would eat it if someone made it for me. This is called Pearl Biscuits. I think they mean biscuits. Our Pearl Biscuits are a bestseller, they write, and we have created them in many different flavors. This particular version is white chocolate and tangy raspberry. Vegan cauldron cupcakes. I'm so glad they put in something for vegans to enjoy too. Those of you just joining us on Amazon Live, we're looking through Cutter and Squidge afternoon tea. A London bakery. Pink thumbprint cookies. How cute are those? Are you able to see that close enough? This beverage is called Unicorn Sours. What makes it sour? It's vodka, limoncello, lemon juice, vanilla syrup, blue pea tea bags, which we are going to do a show on that pretty soon. We're going to compare all the stuff you can put blue pea tea in to color and make it pretty. Popping candy and edible flowers to garnish. This is my kind of tea party. All right, classic British afternoon tea we don't need to spend a lot of time on. But look at these cute filled mini Yorkshire puddings. Creamy leek and potato pies. Oh, if I had time, I would make that tonight. But tonight, I think I'm making stir fry. Pork stuffing and cranberry sausage rolls. That would be great for a Thanksgiving or autumn afternoon tea, wouldn't it? What do you guys think of this cookbook? Lemon treacle tarts. Well, there's a lot of treacle going on today, but that's understandable. Gluten-free Bakewell tray bake. So Katie, the other member of Cookbook Divas, is gluten-free because she has celiac, so I always try to point out recipes like this for her so she can enjoy it too. Here's another beautiful cake. They're just killing me with these gorgeous layered cakes. Oh. Vegan toffee apple cupcakes. Strawberry cake truffles. Ooh, that's cute. Skipping ahead, the Orient afternoon tea. I'm not sure in America we say Orient anymore. We will find out. Vegan curry puffs. Yum. Aren't curry puffs naturally vegan anyway, as long as you don't use butter in the pastry? Because they don't have to be full of meat. Mini vegetable spring rolls. Black sesame sandwich cookies. That almost looks like ocean shells. Wow. Yuzu and lemon egg custard tart. Yuzu is growing on me. For those of you just joining us on Facebook and YouTube, we're looking through afternoon tea from the Cutter and Squidge Bakery. Glad to have you with us. Please drop me a note if you're drinking tea with us. Mango and passion fruit biscuits. Now, here's the Americana afternoon tea. What do they think Americans eat for afternoon tea? They probably think we eat pizza, right? Our American friends have introduced us to some incredible flavor combinations and bakes. We wanted to pay homage to our friends from across the pond with this collection of fun recipes. Now, TCM says, my understanding is that the Orient can still refer to a thing, but suspicious as a reference to a place and never acceptable to refer to people. Yes, good way to say that, exactly. Bacon and sweet corn muffins. That's where they're getting Americans love bacon. We know, we do. pizza pastry twist. I knew there was going to be some pizza in here. All right. We just had some people join us on Facebook. We're looking through afternoon tea at the Cutter and Squidge Bakery. We are drinking tea together, and we're going to do another, in just a second after I finish this cookbook, a 1-minute mystery. And this time I'm going to give you guys more time to figure it out. I'm going to pick a less gruesome card, though. They also think Americans eat this maple pecan dream cake. Sure. Red velvet cupcakes. I have a young gentleman nephew who loves red velvet. Blueberry and lemon cheesecake truffles. Chocolate banana and caramel pie. That was afternoon tea at the Cutter and Squidge Bakery, and I just slammed my microphone accidentally. All right. I'm going to refresh myself for a moment. All right, mystery tonic, 1-minute mysteries. Don't have it in my carousel. Can't do much about that at this point without risking ending my live stream early, which would make me very sad. And I just threw a bunch of these cards on the floor. Okay, this is 1-minute mysteries. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. This one will not be gruesome. The case. Years ago, 2 men, okay, spent every day and night together. A third man waited for them nearby. Going outside could kill the men, but they went for short walks and drives nonetheless. Now the men lead normal lives and can go outside as often as they like. The mystery is, where were the men and what was their profession? And I will reread it. Years ago, 2 men spent every day and night together. No judgment. Okay, a third man waited for them nearby. Going outside could kill the men, but they went for short walks and drives nonetheless. Nowadays, the men lead normal lives and can go outside as often as they like. The mystery is, where were the men and what was their profession? I'll give you a clue. The men's job required travel. Any ideas? Any guesses? Where were the men and what was their profession? Choosing Happy says, "Hey Wendy, how are you?" over on Amazon Live. Another clue. The men worked for the government and were selected from many applicants. Years ago, 2 men who worked for the government and were selected from many applicants spent every day and night together. A third man waited for them nearby. The men did not travel in a car or a boat. Going outside could kill the men, but they went for short walks and drives nonetheless. Hint, the men made history. Any ideas? Any guesses? And hint, the men's careers really took off in 1969. That happens to be the year I was born, but I'm not related to this 1-minute mystery question about 2 men. Where were they and what was their profession? I see no guesses on either of my channels, so I'm going to give you the answer. Mystery tonic solution. The men were astronauts on the moon. If I wasn't the one reading the card, I would have thought that they were submariners or people living in a submarine. And I would have been wrong. Okay, I just threw half of those cards on the floor. Blech. Next up, another beautiful tea time book. Are we ready for it? I'm going to have another sip of my tea. Oh. Uh-oh. I linked the wrong book in the carousel. Okay. Choosing Happy missed the beginning. That's okay. You can watch it on the repeat. So this is Will Torrent, Afternoon Tea at Home. I believe I accidentally linked to William Sonoma's Afternoon Tea at Home because the Amazon carousel is a little bit different in the app than it is on Amazon proper. But still, we're going to have fun looking through this. Might just be a different edition. Photography by Matt Russell. Deliciously indulgent recipes for sandwiches, savories, scones, cakes, and other fancies. Came out in 2016. Here you will find recipes and inspiration for how to host the ultimate tea party, with instruction from patissier and chocolatier. I wanted to say chocolatier, Will Torrent. Arranged by season. Ooh, I love that. With additional chapters on a classic afternoon tea as well as something special with capital letters. Will showcases his no-nonsense approach to the key techniques involved in patisserie, baking, chocolate work, and serving savory dishes. Okay. There are 6 guest recipes also from top restaurants and hotels, including the Ritz London, the Dorchester, the Berkeley, Gramercy Tavern, Belmond Le Manoir, A Quatre Saisons, I probably mispronounced that, and also from Harrods. What kind of tea are you drinking now? I am still on my decaf Earl Grey. Unfortunately, the mug is huge, and my tea bag, I probably needed 2 tea bags for this much water, but that's okay. Hydration is good too. All right, we're looking through Will Torrent's afternoon tea at home. Let's jump in. It is off to a beautiful start. TCM says, no matter how many times I try, I cannot say viennoiserie properly or spell it without autocorrect. How did I do? I've never seen that word. Viennoiserie. Does that have to do with Vienna, I'm guessing? Wendy had a black tea. The publisher is Ryland Peters & Small. The chapters are Time for Tea, Afternoon Tea Essentials, Classic Afternoon Tea, Spring Selection, Summer Sensation, Fall Delights, Winter Celebration, Something Special, Menu Planners, and Resources. Ooh, I like that. Here's the author. Let's read a little tiny bit about him. Afternoon tea is one of my favorite ways to eat. It's quintessentially British, has natural pomp and circumstance, oozes elegance, as we all do, right, ladies? Wendy and Choosing Happy. And it's defined by indulgence. Ooh, it's been around since the 1800s, but it is in the last few years that afternoon tea has had a resurgence. In grand venues such as 5-star hotels, riverside restaurants, or boutique department stores, it can be a way to celebrate birthdays and engagements, get together with friends, or even serve as a wedding breakfast. People just seem to love afternoon tea. Yes, we do. Wendy says she's packing her suitcase for a trip to Vegas tomorrow. Your birthday trip. Oh my gosh, Wendy, happy birthday. And I hope you win a lot of money in Vegas. I think your birthday luck you will, if you're a gambler. When I go to Vegas, I put about $20 in a slot machine if it's something cute like Bewitched or I Dream a Genie or Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. And then I lose my money and I'm happy, and then I go to restaurants and the pool and shop and walk around. TCM says viennoiserie or thereabouts. It's laminated pastry. I guess it's Z at the end. Anyway, all these French words, I just kind of wave my hands and people know what I mean. I know, right? We have a lot of people leaving us rude comments on YouTube about the way that Katie and I pronounce words that we've never heard spoken aloud or come across in some of the ethnic and international cookbooks that we look through. And we've decided to just delete the rude comments. They're not helpful. And if that person wants to pronounce the word that way, they can create their own YouTube video. You know? Really. No need to be rude. We like constructive criticism, though. Like you could say, Carrie, you're looking through too many painful tea books and now I'm thirsty for tea. I'm like, I know, you're right. I should look through something else next time. Haha. Next Wednesday, if we're doing this tea and coffee chat again, I'll be looking through different tea time cookbooks that I'd pick up at the library. Okay. I need a picture. Classic afternoon tea. Ooh. Okay. Wow. Smoked salmon sandwiches with whipped cream cheese is what I'm guessing that is, because that doesn't look like the other recipe on the page. Roast beef sandwiches. Deviled egg mayonnaise sandwiches with micro herbs. See, I'm craving egg salad sandwiches. Cucumber sandwiches. This twist on this one is yuzu and chive butter. Classic scones. Boring. Okay. Choosing Happy says to Wendy, fun, enjoy, I love Vegas. Fruited scones. You know, before the pandemic, I would go to Vegas every February for a weekend and every March for a weekend just to get sunshine. And that time of year, hotels are cheaper. I stayed at the Luxor in a room that I normally stay at the rest of the year for $150 a night in the tower. I don't like the pyramid. For $23 because it was February. It was awesome. And then I just went to the pool, Viennese swirls. Speaking of Vienna, those are pretty. And look at that beautiful cake plate. I have a cake plate problem. They are hard to store. Now, I promised you guys I would show you my overcrowded bookshelves if you asked nicely, and no one was interested yet. So, good. My secret of clutter is safe. Cherry and almond Bakewell tarts. Chocolate and peanut butter delices. Delices? Delice? I have to look up that word. It has an accent over the E. Oh, Victoria sponge with strawberry jam. Moving on, spring selection. Ooh, okay. Bloody Mary shrimp sandwich. What? Wendy says, we got 3 free nights at the Venetian. That's amazing. Was that like because it was your birthday and someone took pity on you? That's amazing. Venetian is a gorgeous hotel. Lots of walking. But, you know, I like to walk through to Palazzo because Palazzo actually has less crowded restaurants than Venetian does. Hint. Tip alert. I've never seen a shrimp sandwich. My boyfriend loves shrimp. I'm not sure I could handle making that for him. He'd have to make it himself because I'm a lifelong vegetarian. I tried, but that would gross me out. Blueberry and buttermilk. Scones with honeycomb butter. Oh, cute. Raspberry and rose party hearts. Oh, that's adorable. Well, congratulations on your free Venetian stay, Wendy. Jam tarts. Lemon and polenta drizzle cakes, i.e. madeleines. I find madeleines too dry and boring, and not just the way I bake them. I get them at Costco and I get them other places. Not my thing. Here's a pretty carrot cake. I wouldn't think of carrot cake as a tea staple, but okay. These are cute mini mocha cakes. Fruit cake with orange glaze. I'm going to move ahead a little. Ooh, St. Clement's posset with basil sables. I like the idea of having a little crunchy cookie when you're eating something cold and gooey like that. That uses the zest and juice of 2 lemons and 1 orange. Heavy cream, castor sugar. Wow. Confectioner sugar too. An egg, basil, flour, salt. Wow. Prosecco lime and mint jellies. What? That's unusual. TCM says you could always soak them with rum. That will solve the dryness problem right quick. Think that one is sablé. Okay, sablé. Thank you. That helps. I'll try and remember that for next time because I keep running into that word. And you're very nice about correcting me politely. Thank you. Passion fruit Jaffa cakes. Chocolate and cherry tarts. That is my favorite combo. Chocolate and cherry. Choosing Happy says to Wendy, that is awesome. The Venetian is beautiful. I feel like I'm a translator between the worlds of YouTube and Facebook and Amazon Live, making sure you can all talk to each other. We have TCM on YouTube, have an anonymous person on Facebook, and 4 people, including Wendy and Choosing Happy, over on Amazon Live. Strawberries and cream cakes. And you guys are talking way more. I was watching a lady today who's been live streaming way longer than me, has 883 people watching her stream, and there were still only 4 people chatting. So I'm like, eh. Mango and coconut. Okay, I'm going to try this word. Milfoys. Marmalade Madeira cakes with macadamias, hazelnuts, and almonds. That would actually be expensive right now to make because the price of nuts is going up. The price of everything is going up, right? Fall Delights. I love seasonal cookbooks, and I don't love that my phone is ringing. Triple cheese scones with whipped mustard butter. Huh. TCM does love to hear yourself talk or see yourself type. Hey, TCM, put your YouTube channel in the comments if you'd like to. I think you're a streamer also, or a YouTuber. It is Milfoy. Thank you. Pastrami and Emmental open sandwich with Thousand Island coleslaw on brown rye. Now, I'm going to have to mute myself if my phone in the other room answering machine starts saying something obnoxious or private. Eccles cakes with Pedro Jimenez and Manchego cheese. You had me at cheese. Triple chocolate cookies. PBJ cookie sandwiches. Boring. Sorry, I'm out. Pumpkin and pecan pies. I like the size. That's just enough for one person. And I probably wouldn't be able to finish it all because it would be too rich. But it'd be great with tea. Spiced pumpkin and apple cakes. Oh, TCM says, thanks for the offer, but I don't stream, and my stuff is just terrible guitar playing, not worth going out of the way for. Oh. Jam and coconut cakes. I feel like coconut is polarizing. You either love it or hate it. So, Choosing Happy says, what is Milford's? Okay, let's look up why they call milfoil a milfoil. Let's look it up. It's spelled horrible. Okay. A milfoil, also known by the names Napoleon, vanilla slice, and custard slice, is a pastry whose exact origin is unknown. Its modern form was influenced by improvements made by Marie-Antoine Carême, the famous French chef. Okay, I don't know why they call it. Here's a page that says, what's the difference between a Napoleon and a milfoil? It's very similar to the Italian dessert Napoleon. The difference is, a Napoleon is layered with almond paste instead of cream. Oh, excuse me. Well, that cleared that up. I'm going to call them Napoleons from now on. Black Forest Fondant Fancies. Coffee, walnut, and cardamom cake. Winter Celebration. Those of you that just joined us, we're just finishing up looking through Will Torrance Afternoon Tea at Home. Oh, olive and anchovy whirls. Those are so pretty. They remind me of the courgette whirls from the other cookbook. Or was that this one earlier? I can't remember. Gougères. I like making those. And it's a word I can pronounce. Nan's Welsh Cakes. Okay, what's in a Welsh cake? I think we should find out. Flour, duh. Castor or raw cane sugar, plus extra for sprinkling. Baking powder, ground allspice. Butter. Dried Zante currants, specifically, and whole milk to slacken, optional. Huh. Chocolate and cherry scones. They're killing me with all these chocolate cherry recipes. Oh my gosh, it's torture. Golden ginger custard creams. Treacle tarts with ginger cake and orange. They look like the little boxes, I think it's from Walker's Shortbread, that I buy at Cost Plus World Market at Christmas time. Mince Pie Brownies. That's pretty. Ooh, strawberry and sherry trifles. And I think we should be done because I can't show you the whole book. That was your little preview of this one. Will Torrent Afternoon Tea at Home. Anybody else still drinking tea with me? I still have half a cup left because I'm talking instead of drinking. I have one book left today because I forgot to pull my Downton Abbey tea book out of the cupboard, and it's a house away from me. It's all the way at the other end of the house. Okay. And I'm not showing my messy cookbook shelves because no one wants to see that horrible mess. Okay. The Art of Tea is our final cookbook today. Recipes and Rituals. I just bumped the keyboard. I hope I didn't mess up my live stream. It's from Victoria Magazine, and I was so happy when Victoria Magazine resumed publication. They took a break for like, I don't know, 10 or more years, and I really missed them. It's a gorgeous magazine. You have some cold sencha. Nice. I'm about to switch over in the afternoons to iced tea, but in the mornings when we wake up and it's still 40 degrees here in Seattle, we're hitting the hot tea. October 2021, this just came out, or that's when my library just got a hold of it. It's 83 Press, which is not a very common one. This book is going to be like tea porn, just all the dishes and the silver salvers and the serving places. Oh, and the linens and the flowers. Oh, I know, Seattle's coffee country. I wish I liked the taste of coffee. It's so bitter. But I'll drink the bitterest tea, and I won't be freaking out about that. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. My boyfriend loves coffee. He drinks it black. I love the smell of it. But it's wasted on me to live in Seattle. And, of course, here, everyone wants to meet for coffee. So we go to coffee shops. And then they're grinding, and it's noisy all day. All right, those of you joining us on Amazon Live, I'd love to hear from you. We're looking through Victoria Magazine's The Art of Tea, Recipes and Rituals. The contents are essentials, celebrations, presentation, and destinations such as the Plaza Hotel. Introduction. The ages-old tapestry of taking tea is woven in heritage with a prismatic palette of threads, from the golden strands of tradition and the sterling cords of friendship to the rainbow ribbons of taste-bud-tempting refreshments and the brightly hued filaments of an elegantly set table. That was pretentious. I'm sorry. That was really pretentious writing. TCM over on YouTube says, all that silver reminds me of my grandmother's place and the china my great-aunt. Both were pretty serious collectors. Guess it's genetic. Well, that means you're next, TCM. Oh, beautiful. That is gorgeous. I admit, if I had more storage space, I would own more tea sets like that. But you really only need one. And mine is Vera Wang, Duchess. Okay, oops. Dang, I need to stop hitting that. Water is the mother of tea, a teapot its father, and fire the teacher. A Chinese proverb. A tea glossary. We don't need that because we know what tea is. Oolong, blah, blah, blah. Tea additives. I don't add anything to my tea. Do you guys? I don't throw sugar in. Don't throw milk or cream. Celebrations. Perhaps the loveliest aspect of tea is the accompanying menu of treats or the splendor of its display. Our festivities brim with delectable recipes sure to remain in guests' thoughts for years to come. TCM has a considerable number of Deanan mugs and enough not neutral cups to start a coffee shop. So here's planning a tea party. So this might not be as much a cookbook as the other books we looked through today. This one might be more about serving and planning and executing in general, and inspiration. Tucking this casual tea time celebration into a quiet alcove of the garden gives an air of relaxation to the gathering, while adding prettily arranged botanical elements, along with teacups, spoons, and pristine white napkins, ensures that guests will feel special. Okay. Beautiful flower arrangement. My table does not look like this when I throw a tea party. Wouldn't that be nice? But no. I like to keep it real. Atmosphere of hospitality. Yes, that's nice. See, I would knock these candles over and start a fire if it was me. Setting the scene. Oh, teacup porn. Oh, beautiful. And a leisurely tea on the porch. That's really nice. If we had that kind of weather here in Seattle, I would definitely have a room like that. Oh. Okay. Opposite, sweetly spiced Sultana tea bread. Is there a recipe for it in this book, though, or do I have to get mad? Uh-oh. Opposite, garnished with a sprig of mint and a sprinkling of berries, these tantalizing peach, pecan, and raspberry trifles, above, showcase pound cake, creamy caramel, fruit, macerated in a honey brandy mixture, and whipped topping. Right is glazed vanilla scones. Ah! Okay, there's the recipe. Wow. That's not an attractive way to present it, but okay. There's a whole bunch of recipes, including mock clotted cream, colonial pound cake, and the scones. Summer celebrations. Oh, cute. Cute. I love the way they presented this. And the little tiny, and there's a cake stand that's killing me because it's so pretty. I have a problem. Okay. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Victoria, the Art of Tea Recipes and Rituals. Now here's some cute little recipes to make all these pretty things, including, I'm not sure what that is because that looks like cones, but none of these recipes are talking about that. Okay. Fresh herbs and tea. So this is more of like a design idea book than actual. I mean, they have recipes, but it's not really a cookbook. TCM says, it reminds me of some of my older cookbooks from French restaurants. They just kind of threw all the recipes together so they could do the images as plates. Yeah. Guess we've come a long way in printing. Yeah. Except this is a brand new cookbook. Oh, these are cute. Tarragon, reminiscent of anise, with adds French flair to mini bundt cakes. Flavored with orange zest and drizzled with glaze made from freshly squeezed juice. A tea for mother. Oh, there's a kitty. Any cat fans here? I do not have a cat anymore. Oh, this is pretty. Okay, excuse me. Chilled rhubarb and strawberry soup. I would have a no thank you helping. This is cucumber and radish tea sandwiches with herb cheese. I usually make something like that. Peach preserves, gingered scones, but I don't know what those sandwiches are. It doesn't say. Okay. We're here for the food. Ooh, nice tablecloth. More recipes. Cilantro mousse. I see an asparagus tart. I love tarts. Presentation. Well, I feel like the entire book has been about presentation, but okay. Countless details compose the experience of gathering for tea. Invitations, linens, and the treasures glistening atop the table. Each piece plays a part in creating a welcoming atmosphere gleaming with luxury or contemplative charm. A tea primer. We already know about tea. You should have put that at the beginning of the book, though. You're invited. Oh, beautiful invitations. Flowers everywhere. Tasteful tablescapes. That one's kind of boring, but that's a lot of gold. Okay. They're not going to show us any more food, so I am out of here. Okay. That was The Art of Tea, Recipes and Rituals. Definitely a nice coffee table book. I probably wouldn't use it as a cookbook, but I would use it for inspiration. So that brings us to, here's the end of the carousel that finally updated with my items I wanted to talk about. That's nice. Thank you, Amazon. So now it is focusing on my Harney & Sons Green Organic Citron Tea. 50 tea bags. They are in foil. Oh, it looks like I have some of my jasmine tea bags shoved in here too. That's the jasmine ones. I consolidated because this box takes up a lot of room in my tea cupboard. Then we have the Front Porch Classics Instant Fun Guaranteed mystery deck. We have my Wedgwood Vera Wang teacup. They come in different colors. The one in the carousel has the gold rim. Mine has the light pink rim. And that is the end of our tea party today. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to do this every Wednesday at 2 p.m. unless I get invited out for margaritas. You can't blame me. And later today I'll be streaming about children's tea party books if you want to come back and find us. My stream is aimed at adults, not children. It's for adults to help figure out which children's books they would like to buy for their children. So we'll be looking through these. And I can't wait to check out this one. Whoa, there's a lot going on there. So join us in a while for that one. And later tonight I will be streaming about my Cinderella fairy tale books. You're welcome to skip it if you don't care about Cinderella. I am never offended. Thanks so much for watching. And on Amazon and on YouTube.